woke up and she had that thought that something was happening to Spence. And Spencer thought in his mind, he said, oh yeah, I remember her. She used to be what we call a prayer warrior at our church. And she was always praying. And she was the prayer warrior. But anyway, she calls and she says, you know, I had this feeling that Spencer was having some serious problems. And so she said, I prayed on it. And she said, what I prayed about was, this is the interesting thing. She said, dear Lord, provide Spencer with a cloud of your love. Isn't that interesting? Documented truth and performance, which is kind of interesting. So when we can rise above and go beyond this idea that that our minds, that our consciousness is somehow attached to and limited by the physical. And the physical, we need to really look at that and free ourselves and celebrate our independence, that we are not under the domain of the physical. It's kind of out of the box stuff, but it's the truth of our being. Another thing happened just the other day. There was an interview on the television set, and the interview was the television person was interviewing a lady who had just completed a 26K, that's almost 26 miles run, had completed it. And I don't know how many of you saw that. Anybody see that on TV? It was just amazing. Anyway, what's so special about that? And anyway, she was excited. She said, I couldn't believe it. She's at the beginning of the race. She said, I put in mind that all's well, that I'm going to have the energy and inspiration to finish this race. And she said, what was so amazing is, during the race, I had so much energy that I didn't even realize I had finished the race, that I'd gone through it. I had so much energy and inspiration. Well, what's so special about that? The lady was 92 years old. 92 years old. And what she did, she broke the all-time record. She was the oldest person who ever completed a 26K, a 26-mile run. Think of the implication. Clap for her.
Yeah.
It's very amazing. If we are in accord, if we're in accord with the negative stuff, that the dynamics of the physical world, we're in conformation with the world itself. We are in conformity with the world when we do not respect ourselves, or have to know that we have within ourselves the way to overcome any physical environment. When we not allow this giant within ourselves to express itself in all aspects of our life, then we're in conformity with the spirit, with the physical world. Be thee not conformed to the world. So we need to look at self within our own self. Because if I'm operating out of fear, the other day, for example, when I get the call from people about our center, as far as the linoleum in the bathrooms, I try not to be in conformity with the world. And to be frank with you, I failed the test. John Reid said the bid is $3,000. I said, you gotta be kidding. To put linoleum in the bathroom is gonna be $3,000? You gotta be kidding. There's gotta be a better way. Of course, I didn't have the full story, and Betty told it to me this morning. But the bottom line, I wasn't in conformity with the world. But in a way, we need to be in the physical, and we need to walk and move our feet while we're looking at the fact that we're not gonna be in control of that. So what I said was, let's look at some other bids, okay? Let's look at, so all of us have certain things that happen in our life that kind of throws us over the edge, and it's hard to not be in conformity with the physical world. We're not in conformity to the physical world when we don't give our spiritual enough time to operate in our lives itself. We know that there's a magnificent energy source. Way before they started recording what's happening in the world, mankind had the knowledge and the experience that there's a divine energy that surrounds them, that helps them in some way. Primitive people, through the years, felt that this energy is it's a power, it's a force. It's a force that sustains their life. These are primitive people. And that the more we connect with them, the more we honor them, the more progressive, the more abundant they'll be. And then as our consciousness evolved, We came to the idea that this tremendous energy, this force, is who we really are. And it's, Tony Robbins said that he calls it the sleeping giant within ourselves. And this sleeping giant is who we are. That's awaiting for us to allow it to operate in our life. So this month, it's not so much creativity as such, because we always do that, but this month has to do with creating the good in our life. And how do we do that? We need to somehow look at where we're attaching our attention to. We need to give our conscience the break. We need to give our conscience the idea that it doesn't have to depend so much on a conditioned thinking, the limited thinking. And this limited thinking and false perceptions, these actions within our mind is the one that short circuits our connection to spirit. So have a good time. God bless you.